You said you want to talk about them badass kids.
Oh man, them kids. No, that thing you sent me yesterday about Master P. So I had to dig into that a little bit and to see. I'm like, what's that? What's going on exactly? But did you see the interview when him speaking about it?
Master P or the son?
The Master P. I'm like, I don't know if you saw that one, but I'm like, if you heard the pain in that man's voice,
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god, the pain in that man's voice. He was pretty much just saying. I sat there and listened to it, and I was like, man, I felt every last bit of that. Felt every last bit of that. So I understand, as far as setting boundaries and stuff like that with kids. So speaking of kids, so my youngest daughter hit me up today, wanting some money.
Of course.
Yeah, wanting some money to go to. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! I said, baby girl. First she said, yeah, can you send me some money so me and my sister can go get some Popeyes? I said, baby girl, I know y'all got food there. And then she goes on to tell me they're getting ready to get their nails done tomorrow. I'm like, well, if you got money to get your nails done, you got money to get Popeyes. Am I wrong?
Well, she ain't gonna have enough money for the nails if she gotta spend it on Popeyes.
Well, that's decisions.
Priorities. I mean, either you gonna eat or you gonna be cute. Which one?
Yeah, but am I wrong? And I feel like I've had to set that boundary with my daughters, especially because I know we've talked before. After my divorce, there was a time where I did feel bad for not living in the home with them every day, and there was a time I did try to overlove them. I gave them everything, and I did that for about 2 years after my divorce, and then I had to stop that. And I think it's like here it is 7 years later. They're just now starting to see, okay, but they'll still try me. And it is frustrating and sad because my oldest, it's like she'll only call me when she wants something.
Yeah.
Only call me when she wants something. I'm like, well, Maya, it'd be very nice to hear from you. See how you're doing, see how school's going, or whatever the case may be. But she'll call me when she wants something, and I'll sit there and I know it's coming. I can see it coming like 2 miles away. But my youngest, she's starting to do that, and it does break my heart, and it breaks my heart to even tell them no. To be totally honest with you, I'm like, in my heart, I want to, but at the same time, I know I can't do that.
Does it break your heart because they're asking, or does it break your heart because you have to tell them no?
Maybe a little bit of both, if I'm being honest.
Why does it break your heart that they ask you? Because kids are kids, like, especially if you spent 2 years trying to make up for the divorce and all that, then they're kind of used to you doing that. So
it breaks my heart that they're asking because I know where it's coming from.
Where is it coming from?
It's coming from the mother. So I know where it's coming from, and then because they're asking, because it seems like that's the only time they want to call dad is when they want something. And that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. Yeah. And then telling them no, because obviously, as a parent, as a father, you want to give your children the world. You want to give them everything. But you know that's not realistic.
But is that giving them the world, giving them money, or things? That's not really giving them the world either, right?
You're absolutely right about that. But I guess what I'm saying is not necessarily giving them the world, but you wish you could give them everything. You would like to give them everything that they want, but that's not even reasonable.
No, it's not.
It's not reasonable at all. And I think it breaks my heart just because the situation and what it is. I know where it's coming from. The mother, Maya will hit me up. Hey, we got school fees. I'm like, okay, you got school fees, and y'all get out of school in 4 days, but your hair and nails are flawless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got real issues with that, and I pay a lot of child support. A lot of child support, and I love my children, so I don't mind doing extra things.
Yeah.
On top of that child support, I don't mind doing that every now and then.
Yeah. What's every now and then? Now, like once a month, every quarter. What's every now and again to you?
To tell you the truth, I haven't. There's no time interval. I've never thought about it, but every blue moon. Okay. Maybe every quarter is a good I guess gauge for that, but maybe every quarter, every blue moon or whatever. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that, and I'm like, yeah, I could send this $25 for DoorDash, but I'm just not going to. I'm just
Yeah.
not going to. And then yeah, my youngest, and it broke my heart because she's gotten to the point now she used to call me every day. Now she stopped.
Oh.
And yeah, she was the one that would call me team dad, call me every day, wanting to talk and everything. And I say, I just embrace what I have with them, the good times, and I just roll with it, because it is what it is. But
How old is the youngest now?
she's 12.
Yeah, so she's getting to that age where, when they get older, they separate and other things become a priority instead of the parents. It's more about friends. So
Yeah.
maybe that's why she's not calling you as often. And now she only calls when she wants something
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah. And it does break my heart. But
Yeah.
it does. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So how are you going to deal
she had
with
a
it?
little attitude today too. She had a little attitude today too.
Really? Because you told her no?
Yeah, she wanted some Popeyes real bad. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, yeah, I'm like you good. I know you got food there.
Yeah.
So you're not wanting for anything. You don't need for anything. You never have. Um, and I hate to sit there and throw out child support, but I do pay child support.
Yeah.
I pay.
Yeah. I think that should be considered.
Yeah,
Do you tell her, not say, hey, I pay child support, you guys have money for this, but do you let her know, listen, I've already,
so
paid for the month, honey. You got to make what's there work.
for the
Or
first several years, I never mentioned it. I'd say the first 3 years, I never mentioned it. And then at one point, I got frustrated, and I said, you know what? Hey, I'm paying your mom $1,900 a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she getting $1,900 a month. I'm like, y'all good. You know what I'm saying? And then so now the 19 is gone to 15 because I don't pay alimony anymore. But I'm like, look, y'all getting $1,500 a month. I think y'all are good. You know what I'm saying? And that caused the whole big thing. And I guess my thing is I don't mention it anymore because I don't want to put them in adult situations.
absolutely.
And so I don't even bring that up anymore. And I did that out of frustration, and that's something I regret doing.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I regret doing that at that time, but I was very frustrated. I'm like, look, I'm paying your mom like $1,900 a month. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was in Korea last time. I'm like, I was in Korea last time, 2016, 2017. You don't even want to know what my paychecks were every 2 weeks. Living in the dorms, you don't even want to know what them was. I'm like living in the dorms. I'm like, oh, you live in the dorms? Like, yeah, you live in government quarters. Ain't no BAH.
Yep.
Yeah, and over half of your check is gone. And I was a 13-year tech at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a bit rough. That was real rough. I said, hey, let me try going vegan. Let me eat these black beans out the pan and spice them up a little bit with some rice. you know.
Do you feel like child support robs men? Do you feel like it's fair?
Ooh, I think it depends. In my case, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all.
Why?
But
Tell me why.
I got divorced in your state, in your home state.
Okay.
And as soon as I walked in that lawyer's office, they was like, "Are you military active duty?" I said, "Yes." The lawyer said, "Ha, ha." That dude chuckled at me. I said, "Well, damn." Well, I say I don't feel like it's fair in my case, and I know a lot of other guys that are in my same situation where, um, I pay a hefty amount of child support. So when I was married, obviously, yeah, my GI Bill it paid for her to finish her bachelor's and get her master's. Now she is working. She's built a home. She got 2 very nice cars. Lives in a gated community. She's working. She is making it on her own. You know what I'm saying? In Louisiana. So why do I need to continue to pay so much?
Do you really think that's a lot, though? I mean, that's 7 something per kid, right? $750 per kid if you're paying $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think that's too much for a child if you're the primary custodial parent?
On top of her working?
Yeah, because both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What figure do you think would be fair?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about that. That's a good question. I haven't thought
Because I
about
tell you what, I get around that amount for my one son.
it. Mm-hmm.
It does help, but there are so many other things that just come out of the blue that you just don't think of,
Mm-hmm.
that comes up that doesn't cover,
I,
after you've already paid after school care fees, clothes, food, things like that. There's
I
always
can.
something extra that comes up. Like I have doctor's bills that I actually have to pay for now that I'm not active duty anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's just always something that they need, and it's just like, oh my god.
You
So
know, Mo, I don't mean to interrupt you. I
you're good.
apologize for interrupting you. That's a really good question. I haven't thought about what the figure is. I haven't thought about what a fair figure is. Right. I think my frustration comes with I'm paying $1,500 a month. Right, and that's just for both of my daughters or whatever. Because total I pay 18.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also have a son. So obviously for Andre also. But
Mm-hmm.
what frustrates me is a large chunk of that goes towards hair and nails and eating out every day. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Now, if that's what you want to do, okay, cool. But don't sit there and come and ask me for more, 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 more when everybody's nails and hair is on point every day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get that. Now
Mm-hmm.
that I can understand, but who's to say that the money that you sent is what's going towards that? How do
Mm-hmm.
you know that's not from her money? And that's kind of something that I get irritated about, because I feel like when people pay child support, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's their business to get in how that money is spent unless that child is neglected. Now, if you could physically see and they tell you or whatever, that they're not being fed, they're not being clothed, they're not being taken to school, they're not being cared for, loved, all that good stuff, I don't think it's appropriate to police how that woman, or man, whoever's getting the child support, does with that money. Now, you paying that child support does allow for them to be able to get the hair and nails, because if you weren't sending that, they probably wouldn't be getting it. So I
Okay.
see what you mean,
So
how that
so
money is being used for that. But
so.
honestly, I
Mhm.
feel like as long as my kid is taken care of and safe, it doesn't matter. Like when I deployed and my homegirl and her husband took my son in, all my child support money, I gave that, and I paid for his after school program and another program that he was in. And I also sent extra money for whatever. It didn't matter, because that's my pride and joy. That is my heart. That is my prized possession. So as long as I know he's being taken care of with what I'm sending, that's all that mattered to me. As long as he was safe and happy and cared for, none of that mattered. The money did not matter to me.
Okay, you're right about that, but you're right about you absolutely right about that. And so let me just make this clear. I've never tried to police anything that she's done with that money. What irritates me is for her to tell the children, "Oh, well, your dad is court ordered to pay this and court ordered to do this," which is not even the truth. Whatever, right? Now, you go do what you want to do with that money. That's cool, but don't come. I feel like there's this expectation for every dime I make is to go that way. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where my frustration is. I work two jobs. I've worked two jobs several times. I've bounced. I've worked in parking lots. I've been a rent-a-cop, Home Depot, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I still have to live too.
That's true.
And my military salary is cool, and I'm making it work. I've been making it work. But it's when you go and you live this luxurious life, which okay, that's cool. That's what you want to do. But don't have that expectation that I'm not supposed to have anything. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm supposed to give every dime to you. I'm paying my child support. You know what I'm saying? When I go get my kids, all that travel, I foot all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they're here with me, they could be here for 6-7 weeks, whatever. They're with me. I don't get none of that money back. Okay, cool. When my electric bill is $300, when my food bill is whatever. Okay, cool. I make it work. I absolutely make it work. But when everybody's hair and nails done, and you driving these brand new cars, and you doing this, and you living this life, You know what I'm saying? It's almost like there's an expectation for. I'm like, I'm not married to you no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't owe you that. So yeah, you can go do what you want to do in the house that you live in. I didn't tell you to go do that, but hey, that's fine. You want to live that in that house in that gated community and do this, that, and the other. You know, essentially, I'm paying your mortgage. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? But don't continuously ask me for more, like as if I don't have to live. And
Now,
I'm
does
working
she
hard.
ask you for more, or is it the children that are
It's
asking?
all three. It's all three. It's all three. And then she'll even complain about, oh, this little bitty money that you send me, a little bitty money. And
Ooh.
I'm like, this little bitty money that you send, like little bitty money. I'm like, huh? You know, and it is frustrating for the kids to come with me and then go back and, oh, daddy got a new truck. I'm like, yeah, daddy manages money very well. You know what I'm saying? Daddy manages money. I'm like, okay, I'm still taking care of my kids over here. Um, I've paid down these bills. I've worked on my credit. I've done this. Boom, daddy got a new truck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can go and get a new truck and such and such and such and such, but we need this. I'm like, y'all don't need anything.
So all you got to do is say no.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. No. So and I'm just so in the beginning years, in the first years of the divorce, right? It was a struggle for me. It was a real struggle for me.
Yeah.
And then now it's like I see the messages and don't even respond to them.
There you go.
And I've been that way for it's been a minute. I had my ex-wife. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is a couple of months ago. I was at my second job working at Home Depot, and my oldest is 16. She said, hey, can you pay for her car insurance? I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, so you want me to? I'm already on the hook for my youngest's braces. I'm paying for those. I'm working two jobs. I'm paying you $1,500 a month. Now you want to add an additional $300 or whatever she said it was going to be to add my oldest to her car insurance. I almost told her to go holler at Uncle Clifford. I'm like, you better go work on P Valley. So
Oh,
I almost did. I was like, hold on. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, what kind of money do y'all really think I make? So, at Home Depot, don't get me wrong, it's a nice addition, but I'm like, I'm not gonna kill myself. I love my children to life. I love them to life. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to do this and do. I'm just not gonna do that. Have I made that mistake before? Yeah, I have. The first couple of years of marriage, I'm thinking to myself, debt just out of control, star card, maxed out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have the best Christmas ever because dad is not there every day, and they're having awesome Christmases. And I'm like, Rick, you killing yourself. You killing yourself. And so I did that for about 2 years after my divorce. And then I stopped. And now they've just gotten to the point where, they hit up dad for money. And it does. It really does break my heart. It really does.
Does it break your heart too? Because when they call, that's the only thing that they're calling for. It's not because
Yes.
they're calling it. Yeah. I know that
Mhm.
feeling all too well,
Yeah. It's not like, hey, dad, how you doing? Or it'll be, hey, dad, how are you doing? I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, all right, where's it coming? Like, what do you want? Well, they got these AirPods on sale. I'm like, okay. They only $250. Got it. Okay, cool. Yep. Got it. So I don't know. That's just where I'm at. And I don't know. Like I said, I love my children. Like, with my son, his mom, we definitely actually co-parent. We don't always see eye to eye, but it's very nice to be like, hey, you know what? I know you're here, and I've already looked at the distance. We done talked about, hey, the distance from here to here is this. I'll drive these 7 hours. You drive this 7 hours. We'll do this. Hey, 6 weeks later, we'll meet back up here on this day. Swap my son off. Boom, we can meet halfway. Hey, Andre wants to do basketball. Can you go half on this? Yes. Hey, if you get Andre here, don't pay me, stop the allotment that you send to me for this month. That way, you know, you can pay for this and I'll help you. If you can get him there, I'll get him back.
So she compromises.
Yes, I'm like, cool.
That's good. At least you got one that's cooperative.
Yeah, the ex-wife of mine, she was like, you ain't my husband no more. So I'm like,
you know what they say? It's cheaper to keep her. You should have kept her ass.
You know what? But on top of that, peace of mind is life.
Yeah.
Peace of mind is life. And I needed peace of mind. And like I said, my first couple of years after the divorce was a struggle. And again, like I said, because I love my children and I miss them every day. You know, but the first couple of years was a struggle. But I'm like, man, peace of mind is life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if financially it's cheaper, but mentally, it's killing me. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this no more. I did that for 11 years.
Yeah. Your peace of mind, that's priceless. That's something. Life. Yeah, you gotta appreciate that.